the first organization in the 2012. We have done an MOU in the data science.
Yeah,
With the
I still
International
remember
School of
we had a
Engineering.
couple of sessions as well on
Yes,
data
yes.
science. Yep.
So still we are doing it, and we are happy to share that from this academic year we are starting a exclusive specialization under CSE AI, artificial intelligence and machine learning, and data sciences.
Okay.
New separate courses which we are starting from this academic year.
Yeah, much required, sir.
So your support as alumni in that also be required. Okay.
Definitely, sir. Anytime regarding machine learning or NLP, neural networks, always ready.
Definitely. We will have a continuous sessions with you again in the weekends anytime if you are having it. I would like to request you to take up 1 or 2 hour session
Okay.
to
Yeah,
the
sure,
students
definitely.
and to everyone in the industry perspective, because you are in the industry, no?
True. Yeah.
So that was the means that will give us a lot of different atmosphere and even different momentum to the students when they are listening to their alma mater, and definitely it will reach to them.
True.
Okay.
I agree,
And I
sir.
hope, and we are recording this, and even it is going live on Facebook also.
Oh, great.
Okay. So yesterday, I hope Piyush was interacted with the people, and it has gone up to nearly 1500 plus reach in the Facebook.
Amazing.
So because even it will give hand in hand benefit to you and even to the department and college and everywhere. Once again, thanks for accepting our invitation. And I request Naresh sir.
Sir.
Shall we?
Yeah, yes, sir. Good afternoon, everyone. This is the second speaker from CSC department. Yesterday's speaker was from second batch. So today's speaker was from first batch, that is 2010-14 Taher Kayam Kani. Okay. I still remember his rule number is 2728, I think so. He's very active person, and he has done some internships in college. Based upon the internships only, he grabbed the opportunity and he went so on. Okay, so if you have any discussions, any questions, please unmute yourself and ask once he has explained his journey. Okay, so over to you, Taher. Please start whatever you want to share with our CSE and IT students.
Sure. Thank you so much, Naresh, sir. And welcome all of you. Good to see all the CMR team members as coming on the same forum. I see some known old faces, Bhaskar sir, Madhav sir. Thank you so much for the opportunity. So let's get quickly started. So my current role, I am currently working at Wells Fargo as an apps programmer. Being very specific, I am into development, Java development, and side by side, I'm also working on some POC projects related to artificial intelligence and machine learning. So yeah, my journey started from CMR College itself, where with the help of all the faculty members as well as specifically our HOD sir, with the help of him, I got an opportunity to get an internship in my third year itself, which was based on search engine optimization. And eventually I got another opportunity for internship in my fourth year, first semester, which is in controllers data center. So it was a life-changing experience for me because I got permission from college to start directly working from the office itself. So though I was a student still in CMR, but I used to regular go to office, half day in the college and half day again back to office. So yeah, my journey started there, and that's when I got motivation into learning into different technologies and also my specific interest into data. Right. So I completed that internship, and then I was lucky that I got another opportunity into TCS. So I did my second internship in TCS, I think in my second semester, last semester of my fourth year. So yeah, that way I successfully completed all my 3 internships, still being a student of CMR, and then successfully passed out and started my full-time corporate journey, where initially went through a rough phase. I didn't expected that, but suddenly it came through, and then I was into maintenance squad. Maintenance squad is nothing but it's not a hardcore development, but then if there is any break fix or is there any issue with the code, then those sort of issues used to come back to me in my initial project when I passed out. But then eventually I moved to another company. It's called Dell. In Dell, I started again working on development, but side by side, I was introduced to the team of data engineering by one of my colleague, and that's where my official journey of data wrangling, data interactions, data schema validations, and all those my journey regarding the data started from there, where I was introduced to multiple visualization tools like Tableau, then you have Power BI. At that time, those tools were very famous. I believe they are still valid in terms of industry. But then you have multiple tools right now available for visualization. So yeah, that's how my journey started in terms of data, and then eventually I got an opportunity in Wells Fargo, where I also currently pursue my post graduation in artificial intelligence and machine learning, specifically uh, intended for natural language processing as well as neural networks. So that's my core domain under artificial intelligence. So maybe on some another day, if we can take a topic, and it's a huge subject in itself, data science. So there are different streams, there are different subjects. Again, it depends on individual interest how you want to choose one. And right now, you might be knowing that data science is hot topic across the market. You take any industry right now, maybe it is sports, maybe it is medical, hospitality, you take software, the software life cycle, then you take finance. Each and every whatever domain you pick right now from the market, you will see that the companies have started picking up data science as an implementation. And I think that's the reason now universities also now trying to concentrate on these specific niche skills, I would say, which is under data science. So yeah, I'm happy to hear that our college is also introducing this subject. And yeah, so that's how my journey has been through from my college days, from internship till now. So yeah, I'm currently still with Wells Fargo.
Yes, Tahir, means what are all the problems that you faced in college,
Hmm.
or what are all the advantages that you felt? See, Controllers was your first internship, as of my knowledge.
Right.
Okay, so later you converted into a full-time employee in the Controllers. You also,
Yeah.
yeah, you also got a TCS placement, internship, or whatever it may be.
Hmm.
So in the first, second, third year, and why did you choose Controllers internship actually? First,
So
second, third year, and what way it has helped you, like that you.
so the first thing what came to my mind is when I was giving interview for Controllers, Controllers is one of the largest tier 4 data center across Asia. So what big chance you get during your college days. You already got an internship, and I was very excited for the role, and that's how I chose Controllers. And I was one of the lucky person from CSE who got selected in Controllers. A huge opportunity as a college student going to office and start learning basics of how the data center works, and all the how the team works, how the squad team members works, how the agile works. Um, I was introduced to a lot of technical stuff as well. And that way it was helpful to fill the gap between what is taught in the academics in our college days, and how it relates back to coming to projects, and how do we implement those into a real time scenario. So what I would suggest to all the students is, whatever subject you are studying right now, just try to connect those subjects or topics to a real-time implementation scenario. At that time, YouTube and internet was not that open. It was very costly at that time, so we couldn't afford to do that. But then we used to refer a lot of books given by CMR. We went to library and tried to search all the books, and that's how we try to grab information. But right now, if you see in 2020, a lot of online resources are available. Whatever topic is taught in your class, just make sure that you go back to home and do some uh, to check some real-time implementation of those topics into, how the corporate life, that's how you will get a taste of how those topics are being implemented in real life.
Anyone is having any questions, ma?
I see chat box popping few questions.
Yeah, Sureka, you have any question?
Yeah, I see one question's coming up stating, what organizations are expecting from a fresher, right? So very common question. The first thing, if you are going for an interview for the first time, without uh, any internship, or you are giving your first interview, your first class, right? At that time, the very important thing is whatever quantitative and aptitude test what you have cleared, right? That's the first thing. Then you might have definitely you will have a written test, technical written test, where you might have to write some code, whatever code snippet given by them or a scenario given by them. You have to explain them and write in form of a code. The next round, again, this is, I'm just giving you an overview. It's not fixed that every company has the same pattern, but then you have a technical round as well, and followed by an HR round. But what I have observed is, once you start working in any corporate company, maybe you pass on like 2 years and 3 years, and again you apply for another company, right? So when you try to step up for the next role, then again this aptitude test and all is not required. It's just that you have to be very confident on what technology you have worked in your prior project, in your prior company, and that is more than enough, I would say. But yeah, in your initial days when you're trying for the first time for a fresher, I think focusing on communication skills, as well as the quantitative and aptitude analysis, as well as your technical skills in terms of writing code. And it's not that it's very heavy code, but minimum expectation from the company would be, if they give some scenario, you should be able to crack that. And very important thing comes as like, when you are selected for the company, right? What most of the students think that that is the end of the journey, but no. That's where your actual problem starts, when you are put into a scrum team. And I think most of you know, right, how the agile works. So in agile, each one have to perform and show your metrics on a daily basis. So in that, if you are not able to perform, then again it's a huge penalty to the company itself, and it's a back for you also. So make sure that you are prepared for any position you are applying for, any company. And also one more important thing, what I see missing in the students when they are applying, right? I go for multiple interviews, and I see that the candidates are missing a confidence of how to convert their knowledge, what they have currently studied in their college, into a real time scenario. So maybe I would suggest that the students should start picking up a real time scenario, create their GitHub profile. If you are not sure, or if you are new to GitHub, please make sure that each one of you are having your own GitHub repository, and it should act like your portfolio. So any company, like major tech companies right now, they are mostly focusing on GitHub profiles as well. So once you are cleared with your aptitude, your technical written test, and then you are going for the third round, right? At that time, most of the major companies are now also looking for your real-time implementation of your projects into GitHub. So whatever small project, doesn't matter what is the level of expertise you have on those projects, but then it is very important, whatever you have implemented during your college hours, please make sure that you have that updated on your GitHub profile.
Any other questions you can see?
Yes, another question coming up. You're working on Java development. Is it B2B or B2C? Yeah. So I cannot reveal much information here, but then yeah, it's B2B. Did you ever get overwhelmed because there is so much to learn? Many technologies are coming. Very interesting question coming up, stating that are you overwhelmed with lots of technologies coming in? If you ask me that question personally, I would say no. Why? Because it is very important to identify your key skills when you are in your college time, right? So when you come out of your college and when you are in an individual company, that your focus should be only on one skill. So say for example, if you have picked up Java, then and you are into Java development, right? Then what would be your next role would be? You should be concentrating on what importance or what value you are bringing on the table for the company. You are not just working for 9 hours for that company, right? What value you are bringing on the table, how as a person you are involving yourself in the process of complete development of a product. For you it might be you are just working for 9 hours as an employee, but for the company they're expecting that you work as if it's your company. So that's how you grow up in the corporate ladder as well. Maybe you start with a junior developer, then you go to a senior developer role. Then if you are interested, you can change your vertical and go to a scrum master or agile coach. If you're not going into that vertical, then again you can move to a senior developer or a principal software engineer, and then followed by an architect. So yeah, that's how you can quickly grow into the corporate your career. But then again, very important thing, many employees or the students, when they are coming for the first time working, their focus is only 9 hours, which shouldn't be. Your focus should be what value you are bringing to the company, and how much you can bring onto the table. And yeah, if you have a very focused interest into a particular subject, like, then you can talk to your faculty members and try to focus only on those skills. So maybe few members or few students are extremely interested in Java development, or maybe any other technology like .NET or C sharp. So you start working on whatever goals you are having. So say for example, if you are in data science, then you have to start working on it, because it's a huge and vast field. Again, what topic or what subjects you want to pick up from that particular data science industry is also you need to figure out. There are lots of other domains as well. You can pick up data warehousing, you can work on networking. Then there are multiple opportunities available. It just says you have to identify your key interest, because once you get into an role which you are not interested into, then your life will be miserable, because lot of pressure from from any company or any team, and if you're not able to perform, then you are liable for that. So make sure that you identify your interest during your college days itself. Did I answer your question? Okay.
Any others?
Yeah, thank you.
Any other questions? Did you get it? Any question from the chat?
Yeah, Tahir, so many are going to say, think that Java, when they are studying in the curriculum, okay, and so I'm keep on telling them that Java, even if you are learning that, it can give you a good knowledge and all. But what kind of essential things which they are supposed to focus while they are studying the academics, and then when we are looking it into the industry?
That's what I would like to repeat myself, that whenever you are working on any Java project, right, make sure that you are implementing a real life scenario, because whatever examples are given, whatever in the textbooks, right, those are very basic example, and it would not be able to make sense when you are moving to a real time project. So if you want to get some real time experience, then you have to pick up some real time use case and start developing your own application. Maybe it's a front end application. Try to make a team of 4 of you, among the students and try to pick up any use case in the, you can search on Google, you will get a lot of use case in terms of developing, how to develop an application. Again, Java is a huge field, right? So again, you need to identify which particular domain you want to work. If you are working in finance domain, then what sort of application is required by the company? I'm sorry.
Yeah, continue.
So I was saying that each company has their own requirements. So accordingly, if you are focusing on a particular domain company, then you might want to start picking up a real-time use case and try to solve that, try to build some applications and update your GitHub profile. That would be very helpful, because when you are going for an interview directly, you can state that I have worked on so and so project, a real-time project, and this is my GitHub profile. Obviously they won't be going through your GitHub profile on the same time when they are interviewing you, but if you have mentioned that in your resume, definitely the backend team or the HR team who is going through the process of your resume will be checking the GitHub link for sure.
So Tahir, can you guide or can you take some internships under your guidance to your juniors?
Definitely, sir. Are you referring to artificial intelligence sort of?
Definitely. See, right now, currently, the third years are supposed to develop the project, and so cloud computing and artificial intelligence and all these things which we are majorly focusing, data analytics, and
Okay.
I hope 100 plus students are already certified in big data and other things by Delhi EMC.
Mm-hmm. Sure, definitely, sir.
So if any such students were there, if they
It's
can approach you, are you ready to provide some internship to them?
sure. Are you referring to internship from Wells Fargo? I'm not sure about that, but if you're referring to a personal help from my side, definitely I'm ready anytime. So, but when you refer to a neural network project or a artificial intelligence machine learning project, right, that requires a lot of understanding of the basic statistical core concepts. So, but yeah, definitely I can help them with data analytics projects which are available and they can easily execute.
So involving in center of excellences are so the centers which research centers which we have started at a time itself, like a clubs. I still remember you have done intern at TCS also, no?
Yes, yes, yes. So in
Yeah.
TCS, in TCS, I was into ION project where they were working or taking assessments of the students. But at the same time, when I was going to TCS office, where we also got to learn about how the complete infrastructure of their app development is working, and also how the amount of data what they are generating, right? Because there are lots of applications under the ION project itself, and the amount of humongous amount of data is being generated and how they are handling the data and all those stuff. It was a great learning for me.
So I hope so many other students were asking a question.
Yes, I see one more question. Do you ever got low when your friends were placed and you were not? I would say, how would I answer that? Yeah. So I got my internship during my college days itself. So never got a chance to think about whether I'll get placed or not. So I was very focused into whatever internship I had currently during my college days. Any other interesting questions on artificial intelligence or data science? And you can put up any questions on data science. I would love to answer them.
Yeah, Tahir. So
Yes. One more question coming up from Deepak. Are you currently pursuing your higher studies? Yes, Deepak. So currently I'm pursuing my post-graduation from BITS Pilani. It's an program sponsored by Wells Fargo itself. So yeah, I am working as well as I am pursuing my higher studies as well from BITS plan, focusing on AIML. Any plans for PhD? Good question. Not as of now. Let me first complete my current post graduation. We'll see after that.
I welcome Madhav sir.
Tahir,
Madhav sir.
Yes, sir.
Tahir,
Yes, sir.
one question. If I will give an opportunity to you, what change you would like to add it to our department as a?
Sir, your voice is breaking. I am not able to hear you.
As a alumni, what are the changes you want to do in our college if you are given a chance?
Oh, okay. That's a tricky question because you know, I last visited in 2014, but then what changes were brought after we passed out, right? I'm not sure. But again, going back to 2014, from my experience, I would say that if we can focus more on industry perspective projects, bringing into or giving to students, and you know, giving them some use case. And requesting them to solve those real-time use case project, that would be very helpful. There are very good online resources available. If you are asking for Java, for any programming language, for data science, there are multiple channels available. There are multiple forums available. I can share the links as well as again, if you start following those channels as well as online resources available, there are multiple books available. I have with me. I can share the books as well. So yeah, once you start working on those real-time projects, that's when you get a taste of how companies are working on what sort of projects. Again, depending upon from companies to companies, you have to identify what is your focus into. If your domain is finance, then accordingly you need to start thinking as to, if I have expertise in Java, then how do I develop an application which can be useful or implemented in a finance company. Similarly follows to other companies as well, might be different domains. I'm just giving you one example.
So finally, you feel happy being alumni for CMR Technical Campus CSC department, and so are you happy?
Yes, definitely, sir. I'm lucky that I passed out from CMR. The reason because is I got an exposure to the corporate life even before I got passed out from the college itself. So that was really good, and it was helpful in my career ahead when I passed out. And that too from two big companies, right? It was a really good experience for me. So yeah, with that I also recollect that students should also focus on getting internship during their college days, because it will be very helpful during their placement. And also they should focus on the placements provided by our CMR cell itself. Madhav sir is really helpful. Even our Sujan sir and all the faculty members, they are really helpful, and they can help you to get internship. Talk to them, ask them questions regarding how do I get internship. Follow some online tutorial as to how to get an internship into a specific domain or a company. Lots of resources available online as well, lots of help available. The only thing, you need to start working hard. You need to ask questions, you need to reach out to people, you need to talk to our placement cell. All help is available in the college itself. It's just that once you decide that I have to do this, you can.
If you want to answer, you can answer. What is the current package, CTC?
Sorry, sir. I wouldn't be able to disclose that, but yeah. And also with that, I recollect one more point that once you start your corporate career, it is very important to see like what scale you are up to, also what position you are offered to, because most of the time, students only focus into getting a internship or maybe a a job, but then also what domain you will be working on, what projects you'll be working on, what company you have applied for is also very important, because once you are into the company and if you maybe after a week or two you feel that, oh, I'm not in the right place, then it's an alarming situation and you are into trouble. So make sure that the focus should also be as to what domain you are selecting and which company you're applying for.
Yeah, Tahir, good afternoon.
Hello, sir. Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you, sir?
Yes, sir. Nice to see you after a long time. It's a pandemic situation also. And one thing you mentioned is the online internships, right? Right now we are also striving, our college is also striving towards in terms of internship. And for your information, for 2020 batch, around your juniors, I'm talking about your juniors, they have placed around 25 students got an internship.
Wow.
With 3.5 package only. After that, absorbed, most of the students are absorbed also 8 lakhs package. Now the challenging trend from our placement stock I'm talking to you guys, we are taking a new courses. The students are mentioned that AI, CSAI, CS data science and all these things. And we had an MOU with the help of students. We had an MOU with AI IoT in Telangana region. We had an MOU, our students are participating. But as alumni, I'm expecting from you as a good link will be there, because it is a new trending technologies are going on and you are in the corporate sector, right? And give me some few feedbacks about the links or students are there, how to get the job very quickly. May suppose top-notch technologies like what I'm to say is, what is the trending technologies? If you take 2-3 months of time, if you learn all these things, you will get a very good settlement of the high package. And the higher education also very tough with this time of for this batch. Those are also depending on the internships and education, right? Internship and jobs only. So from our placement department, I'm asking what are the top technologies you have to learn to get a very good job. It's a very free speed job. I mean to say that very fast.
Okay, so evergreen is always Java. So lots of Java opportunities. You have lots of .NET opportunities, and I am seeing that past couple of months from the starting of the year, I'm seeing that there's lots of trend going on for Python as well. So if you are very good into Python development, that would be one of the focus area as well. It is picking up a lot in the market right now. There are lots of demand for Python development as well. Again, why I'm not mentioning about data science, because learning data science takes a lot of time, as Madhav sir mentioned that you're looking for something within 2 to 3 months, and again I would not recommend data science for that. But definitely you can go ahead with Java, because Java is already covered under our curriculum into our college academics, as well as there are other programming language you can pick up quickly, because OOPS concept already cleared for you guys, right? Which is covered under Java. So once you are cleared with OOPS concept, you can pick up any language and start working on it.
Thank you.
Tahir, I hope you are aware of that last year onwards, 2019 onwards, our college become autonomous.
Actually, sir, 2 days ago, recently I read somewhere that our college become autonomous, and I was really happy seeing that.
Okay, and so now I will give you a call when we are going to prepare the syllabus and all for this AI and all. So I would like to extend your support also to share your views and thoughts. What would be the things in we can incorporate into the courses and all.
Sure, sir, definitely.
Okay, and I hope your friend Dattu is already on the board of studies.
Okay. Is he also?
Do you remember KV and Dattu?
Yes. No, recently we had a talk. No, I'm asking, is he also into data science? I think he's into QA.
No, not into that. He is into the board of studies as a part of alumni.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so we would like to involve more alumni into these particular things also, as Madhav also said that. Okay, so really, I request you to please share your email ID and even your profile to Naresh or Madhav sir, so so
Yeah,
that definitely I can put it into that.
definitely, sir. Also, students can go through my GitHub profile and start checking
Yes.
how the data science projects or machine
And
learning projects have been implemented.
yes, we had a data analytics center, and we are we have inaugurated recently with one AI center of excellence also, and in that we are using the Jetson Nano and Jetson TX2 processors also now
Okay.
of NVIDIA, which that processors are also available in our lab now, so that the students can practically experiment their applications into that.
Okay, great.
So we have some other experts like Dr. Mastan, and Dr. Rajpatra, Dr. Varaprasad, Dr. Srinivas, who are Dr. Kavitani. So many people were there. So who are into that vertical domain and specifically into healthcare and even image processing. So even you also can join with us, so that definitely we can do wonders and we can take our department to a greater heights.
Yeah, sure, sir. Definitely. Image
I hope
recognition.
our Bhaskar sir also posted a message in the chat to share your mail ID.
Sure, definitely, sir. I'll drop my email address.
But I'm very happy to see you back, and I hope other students can ask questions. I am giving the chance to them.
Sure.
Thank
Let's
you.
pick up questions from the chat room. Your experience in different interview tests. Okay. So the first thing what they are focusing, right? Even before you clear your aptitude and after that you clear your written exams, right? When you go for a technical interview, your presentation skills are really important. Even before you start speaking up from your core subjects like Java, and even if they're asking you any question, before that your presentation skill are very much important. So focus that you are good into bringing up something to the table. You should be able to explain the right use case to the person who is interviewing you. Because most of the interviews what I have been to in terms of when I went through taking the interviews right now, I see that most of the candidates are lacking into their efficiency into how to transform their studies or whatever concept they've understood into a real-time use case. Again, I am focusing that how do you explain, or whatever knowledge you have, how do you explain that to the person who is taking your interview is very, very important. Can you please suggest some courses to learn data science? Right. Currently, I would say, what if you are looking for a sort of certification? I would suggest. I'm sorry to say that please don't go for any certification, because certification is something not recommended. And even if you go for a certification for a data science, it is not covering 100% of all the topics. It is only covering few important topics. So even if you're going for an interview after your certification, there are multiple challenges, and you will have a tough time finding a job when you are doing an certification. So I would recommend that if you are pursuing your career in data science, definitely please go for very good courses offered by IIM. Then you have some foreign universities now available. They are giving data science master programs. So try to get enrolled into those master degree programs. That would be really helpful, I would say, because 6 months certification in data science is not going to help. It is not going to cover any in-depth topics of data science, because data science topic itself is huge. And then again, which particular niche skill you want to pick up from that data science is your interest. So again, under data science you can become a data engineer, which is data engineer is nothing but the person who is focusing on getting the raw data from the database. And you need to be very good into your DB skills. Then you have a few other roles like data analyst, who is closely working with the business partners, understanding what is the requirement of the project, how do you get the inputs from the clients, what sort of business project they want to get from the client. Is is a data analyst role. Then you have something called as a junior data scientist, or you can refer to as data analyst as well in some companies. That is very specific to preparing models, working on different implementation deployments of different projects. And then you have data scientists. So data scientist you can consider as a very senior position, who is equivalent to an architect in your software development lifecycle. Any decision made by a data scientist is the final decision. So the whole revenue systems of any company or project depend on one decision of data science. So it's a very senior position. So whenever you see an online ad coming up on Google saying that, oh, you get a certification course for 6 months and we will make you data scientist, I would say that is not possible. Becoming data scientist takes a lot of time, and a lot of industry experience is required to become a data scientist. But yeah, definitely you can pursue your career into data science by taking a very good master's program. How you spend your time after college? Definitely every day you have to work on your skills. As say for example, if you are interested into Java, then you should spend some time after your college hours working into those Java projects in the Java field. If you are again coming back to the data science thing, right, you have multiple online resources available. I'll share the links as well. You can go through those online resources available, and you can understand the nomenclature of how the data science implementation works. Then again, by going through those online resources, you can maybe decide that, oh, is this something is my interest of field. You can decide accordingly, because different people have different interest, and just not go by the market trend right now, but also understand that if your interest is not that subject, then you should identify your key interest into a particular subject, as I would say. But definitely studying after college hours is very important, not just for getting some good grades. Yeah, definitely good grades are also important to get selected in your campus interviews, but at the same time you should work on your personal skills as well, your interpersonal skills. How do you develop your communication skills? How do you interact with people? Because right now what I have observed in my college days is, there is a lot of local language influence. I love Telugu. I don't have any offense towards Telugu, but then what I'm just trying to say is that the focus should also be how do you take or what is your perspective towards your interpersonal skills as well as your communication skills. So very important. It plays a very important role in any company, any domain. Is a programming language a barrier to get a job, like really good at one language, not that good or at other? Okay, so again, it depends on what is your final goal. So I have come across many students who are into their BTech CSE but might not be interested in a programming job. So in that case, you might want to think as to what other alternate options are available. Then you might want get into program management. Then you might to get into the Scrum ideology, agile framework, and all those things are also available. It's not just that programming is the end of the world. If your key interest is in programming, then yeah, definitely there are lots of options available, lots of opportunities. You just need to focus on one of the key skills, maybe Java or .NET, whatever your interest is, and you should be able to crack any of the interview. Just focus on one thing. How is your experience now on work from home and normal days? So what I have observed is that the experience, yeah, I would say that so far going good, but then my productivity has gone up. Why? Because we are saving a lot of time in terms of transportation. It takes me almost 1.5 hours to reach office, and same goes back to so to and fro journey almost take my 4 hours from the day. So obviously your productivity goes high, but then everything comes with pros and cons itself. So yeah, but I would say that it's going good so far. how's your life at Wells Fargo? Again, so far so good. Um, if you have, let it be any company. I'm not just praising about Wells Fargo. Let it be any company, a startup company or a very well organized company. Your focus should be your interest only. Whatever your stream may be, you may be a Java developer, and if you are again interested in the same phase or a role of a Java developer, you can go into the same and you will become a senior developer, and you can go up to architect level or a manager role or whatever your interest is. So again, I would say that it's not just Wells Fargo. Let it be any company. If you have the right focus into your interest, then life is easy at any company. How many companies did you change right after your first job, and what is your role designation in different companies, and how did you cope up? So yeah, as I told you, right, after my completion of 2 internship, I had a rough phase where I was into maintenance squad. So maintenance squad is, again, I would repeat that it's a break fix of the code, or like say for example, you have a development team who is already working on a product. They develop the complete product and they deploy into production environment. Production environment is nothing but that particular product is now available for the client to use. So say for example, if you are developing a product which is used by a finance guy in finance world or a mortgage world, in that scenario, if you are picking up those applications, and if you come through any issue, then it comes back to version update of that particular application. So in that case, you need to do some break fix of the existing code, which is not a core development of that application, but yeah, definitely you should have a good understanding of how it was developed and how do you break fix it. So that's how I started my development. But yeah, it was again, it was not my final goal because my interest was always data. So eventually I started working on my interest, and definitely if you're focused on your interest, some or the other day you will end up into that. It took some time for me, but yeah, I'm happy about that.
Yes, Tahir. uh, let us wind up the session. I have one question, last and final question. Uh, Only one question. Many are people, for every person, they ask only one thing. Whether they need to learn programming or not. Those who have programming only will get jobs. Those who don't have programming will not get jobs. Such type of dilemma is there. So what is your answer? You love programming or, not, or you don't know programming? What you suggest to students who don't like programming?
Okay, so definitely, if you are interested in programming and if you want to do programming, then that is another field. So you get into core development of any of the one of the programming language. But going on the other side where you might not be interested into programming, right? I just referred that there are multiple positions available in any company into your project management team, because say for example, you are not a developer but you are into an agile team, right? In any Scrum world, the agile team works like you have a core team of developers, and then you have a Scrum master. All those roles, right, like Scrum master and your agile coach, all those are not actually technically development, but you should have a knowledge on how the development works as well. So if you have a basic understanding of development but you are not interested in that, you can go into that specific role as well. Now, this is not the only field. If you are interested into altogether another field, right, then you can pick up your MBA after your graduation, which is you might want to take your specialization in finance. Then you have very good scope in finance as well. So again, I would like to repeat myself. Programming is not the end of the world. If you are interested in any sort of different skills which is not exactly related to programming, but yeah, somewhere it relates to any of the companies. All companies do require employees apart from the developers. That's how the whole ecosystem works, because developers cannot form a company. So that's what you need, all other people as well. You have HR roles available. Again, it depends on your interest, what your interest key skills are. You can pursue your MBA. You can pursue any other career in any of the company.
Yeah, thank you, Tahir. Thank you for accepting my call immediately. and thank you for joining, and thank you for blocking your calendar at 3 to 4 immediately. Can you
Sure.
share? Can you please share your email ID in the chat box?
Yeah, thank you so much, sir, for accommodating this time. You requested me morning hours, but I had couple of meetings during that time. Also, I'll post my email address here as well.
Guys,
One,
please note down that email ID. Okay, so because once the session ends, it will not be available.
sure, I just ping my another couple of questions coming up regarding how is your work from home affecting your salary. So it's a myth. Please do not go by any online post what you might be seeing on social media. Currently I am if no work from home is impacting any of the salary of any employee. Again, if it is a decision by the company, then I cannot comment on that particular thing, but work from home is not impacting salary perspective of any employee, any company across the globe. It's just that depends on the decision of a particular company. All right. I think I have answered most of the questions. If you have something, please drop me an email. I would definitely answer.
Did you share your email ID?
Yes, I just did.
Okay, everybody got your email ID? His email ID. Thank you, Tahir.
Yeah, thank you so
you very
much.
much. So anytime, anything, we will definitely contact you.
Definitely, sir. Anytime.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, faculty members and students, for joining. Thank you very much.